What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday. So first of all, make sure you guys enjoy the time with your family. Hopefully we can have us a great day today. If you guys don't know already, we have the Seahawks versus the Patriots for this Super Bowl Sunday, and this one's going to take place in California. So we're going to have some beautiful weather. It's going to be 67 degrees, and it's going to be a great game, hopefully. Now, before we talk about this game, before we lock in two slips live, we do have to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. So you guys know how this works in every video. If we get 250 likes, I'll randomly select a comment from the comments to win a free month of our VIP. So drop a like, leave a comment on the video. You do have to be a subscriber to win, so make sure you guys are subscribed. I do want to say, guys, I dropped a bankroll management video. Now, this one does have an ABC split test on the title. I have 3 different titles testing, so you might see the title change a little bit if you don't click the video, and that's just because it's running tests. I just wanted to kind of been testing out the YouTube algorithm a little bit. But anyways, it is a full breakdown on how to set up your unit size, some tips on betting itself, and I worked pretty hard on it. So if you guys will go give it a like and go at least view it, it would be really, really, really nice. Really, really nice. But anyways, let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. Winner from yesterday is going to be for IB Mike G, who said MPJ is banned after what he did today. So let's talk about Michael Porter Jr. So I ended up playing MPJ with Holmgren. I actually remember the BS that happened on Parlay Play yesterday in the video. I ended up playing him on Underdog at 31.5 PRA for MPJ. So he actually cashed me. He chalked what I was going to play for the 34.5. And he had 29 PRA at half. The dude played the entire fourth quarter almost. He played like the last 8 minutes of the game and did not get 1 PRA the entire second half until the last 20 seconds of the game where he dropped a three-pointer. Now, the Nets team, it seemed, I mean, they're tanking for sure, man. They traded nothing. They don't have a lot going on, so this team's probably not going to try very much. So, you know, MPJ probably won't be played much for the rest of the season, and we'll see. I'll keep an eye on his stats and how he's playing and things like that in those games for the Nets. But yeah, you're probably right, Mike. MPJ is probably not going to be bet on very much lately, so or anymore for the rest of the season. So go ahead and send me a message on Discord. You did win a free month of VIP. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys who are leaving comments. Taking a look at our bet tracker yesterday. So yesterday was a phenomenal day. $567 profit on our money lines. I completely swept the board on NBA money lines. And here's what sucks. You see $567 profit and you'll be like, dang, that's a pretty good day. I played half units on everything. If I would have played a full unit on everything, that would be completely doubled. I would have doubled the profit. It would have been a $1,200 day almost, which would have been really, really nice. So let's take a look at the bets that I played. These are all the bets that I played yesterday. So my dad posted 3 college basketball lines before I dropped my NBA. I did not expect to play this many games on the NBA. So for me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell college basketball today. 2 of the 3 that I played cash, the first 3, and then I dropped 4 NBA money lines, and I ended up telling everything for half a unit. Now, the only thing that missed yesterday was the Bama Auburn total in college basketball. They took the under, and it ended up going over. So, and it was actually way under pace for most of the game. It just ended up blowing up at the second half, and they just started fouling, and it just ended up going way over. But anyways, Rockets money line, Lakers money line, Hornets money line, and Sixers money line are the 4 that I'm looking at. So those are the 4 that I personally posted. We cashed every single one of them, and we had a beautiful day cashing out. So take a look at these wins. Here's my money lines, half a unit on everything. Like I said, I'm going to show you where I posted it in the Discord, so you guys don't think I'm just changing numbers. This is what I posted in the Discord. I just posted a slip. I posted Lakers money line 0.5 units, Hornets money line 0.5 units, Sixers money line 0.5 units. You can see cashes for the Rockets, and you can see up here. This is where my dad posted his college basketball that I ended up telling. And then you can see right here, one more chance for the Rockets. Houston money line, 0.5 units. That was everything that I posted, and we just cashed our slips. So it was a very, very good day. My dad ended up posting Texas A&M afterwards. I did not tell that one. It was the last slip of the day, and I had so much going on. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fade that one. And it ended up working out for me. But anyways, we do have Rockets, Sixers, Hornets, Lakers, all cash. Villanova, that was a cash. We had this nice sleeper slip, 5.3x that cashed for college basketball. Georgia to beat LSU, that one did cash. Right here is Flemings and Wagler from college basketball on sleeper again. We've been crushing college basketball on sleeper. A nice little double up over on Underdog. And then the only play we played on Prizepicks with the Donovan Mitchell square, which ended up cashing. So yesterday was a great day. If you guys do want to get every single one of our plays, you know where to go. Link to the WAP is down in the description. Our Discord is free to join. We'd love to have you in it. You can get our VIP for 20% off right now if you use code NBA. So you guys can join if you want. You get every single play I post personally, posted by me and by my dad. You go ahead and do it if you want. It's up to you. But those are down in the description. Let's go ahead and talk about the games for today or the game for today. There's going to be no NBA free picks. We're just going to talk about the Super Bowl. Today's Super Bowl Sunday. I'll probably bet on NBA, obviously, but it's going to be a day of watching some football, chilling with the family, having a good old time. So if you guys take this game today and enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I know we're trying to make some money, but even if you lose your bet, enjoy the day. Just enjoy it, okay? If you don't have a dog in the fight, if you just if neither of these are your teams, obviously they're not my teams. I'm not a Seahawks or a Patriots fan, so I'm indifferent to who wins unless my money's on it. So I'm just hoping for a good competitive game. So let's take a look at this game. Patriots plus 213 underdogs. So lately the Super Bowl odds have been around -2, -2.5 on these spreads for the last few years. We had, I think, one game that was a -4 in like the last 5 years. So this is a pretty big spread in terms of the Super Bowl. We got the Patriots plus 200, Seahawks -215, 4.5 spread, 45.5 total. So a decently high-scoring game. Before we jump into anything, you always got to check the weather. So I do have the weather pulled up. I know I've already told you guys. Expected to be 67 degrees. It's a 6:30 p.m. Eastern time game. So it's going to be a beautiful day for some football. That's all I'm going to say. This game has potential to be high-scoring like it's predicted. It could also, these teams are very defensively good, so it's not like I think it's gonna be like a 60-point game or anything. But I am expecting both teams to be able to put up some points, and I am expecting this game to be pretty decent for props. So public betting right now, most of the money's on the Patriots in terms of money line, and then most of the money is on the Seahawks covering the spread at 62% of the money. Now, these teams are both. The Super Bowl, it's the Super Bowl. Both teams are really good, obviously. Now, the Patriots have had an easier schedule coming up. Now that in the playoffs, they barely won versus Denver. That was without Bo Nix. If Bo Nix played, they probably would have lost that game. Let's be honest. 10-7, very low-scoring game. Bad weather. This game was ugly. The game before that, Patriots put belt to ass versus Houston. Houston was one of the favorites going into this. Houston was a strong team towards the end of the season. So them beating Houston like that is great. They beat the Chargers 16-3. Haven't put up a lot of points in the last 3 games, let's be honest, other than that game versus Houston. Now, when you look at the Seahawks have been pretty dominant. They did almost get beat by the Rams. It was 31-27, but they beat the 49ers 41-6. Beat San Francisco back-to-back games, 13-3 the game before that. Beat Carolina 27-10. This team has been playing very good football. Now, there's injuries on both teams. Patriots have a lot more injuries in terms of the number of injuries, but the Seahawks are missing Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet will not be playing in this game. They're going to be leaning on Kenneth Walker a lot. Obviously, Sam Darnold has been dealing with an oblique injury. He played last week. He played well last week, so the oblique injury didn't seem to affect him. I did look it up. Sam Darnold was stated that the oblique injury has been a lot better with his last 2 weeks off. So I'm expecting Sam Darnold to be close to 100% today. That does not mean that he cannot get injured. All it takes is one good sack, and Sam Darnold could be one good sack. Yep, pause. Anyways, and Sam Darnold could be down. So I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, I do think both these quarterbacks are going to be out there. I think this is going to be a good game. I think this game will be competitive. In terms of where the odds are at, it's hard for me to want to bet on a team at -200 when these are this season the 2 best teams in the league, if that makes sense. Both teams are 14-3. This game should be, maybe the Patriots plus 150, plus 160 to me. And when you look at the way these two teams ended the season, the Seahawks look like a much better team. I will say that. These last couple playoff games, the Seahawks looked much better. Their defense has been pretty strong. The last game, they gave up 27 points, but overall, they've had a strong defense. Not very many big plays have been made from the teams they've been playing against. And the Patriots struggling to put up some numbers. So maybe the Patriots struggle today to put up points, to get some yards. We'll see what happens. Looking at these two teams, we're going to look at the offense versus the defense. So we have Seahawks offense versus the Patriots defense right here. And you can see yards per play. The Seahawks are ranked 7 in terms of yards per play in the season. They get 6 yards per play. They are the 10th ranked rushing team in terms of yards per game at 123.5 yards per game. They get They're 25th in the league in terms of yards per rush at 4.1, so not very good in terms of how many yards they're getting per rush. Rushing game's been okay. They've obviously had those double running backs they've been playing, Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker has been explosive lately, especially on the rush and receiving yards. Looking at their pass yards, they're top 10 defense in terms of passing yards per game, getting 226 passing yards per game. So this team's been pretty decent offensively. Now, looking at the New England defense, they have the 6th ranked rushing defense in the league, only giving up 97 rushing yards per game. And then you look at their passing defense, they're a top 10 passing defense as well, giving up 185 passing yards per game. So, a very good defense from the Patriots. Patriots, I'm expecting to step it up today. Obviously, it's the last game of the season. They're going for it all. Let's see what happens. Looking at the other side of things, you're looking at New England's offense. They have the 6th ranked or the first ranked offense in terms of yards per play. They are getting 6.2 yards per play, which is pretty crazy. They are the 6th ranked rushing offense with obviously Stevenson and Henderson as the running backs, another dual threat running back, dual threat running backs going on here. And then if you look at the passing yards, they're 4th ranked passing offense in the league in terms of yards per game as well at 235. So Drake May has had an incredible season. He's been killing it. The defense for the Seahawks looking really good as well. 3rd ranked rushing defense in terms of yards per game, 10th ranked passing defense. So this team's going to struggle to move the ball. They could struggle to move the ball. The weather's so good that I'm just hoping we can get a pretty offensive game going on here. So both teams looking strong. I don't see anything that's like this team should destroy this team. I really don't think the Seahawks put BTA on the Patriots. And where the odds are, man, I have to run with the Patriots at plus 213. If you're a Seahawks fan, the Seahawks have been the better team lately. Based off the way they played, they're going to win this game. But for where the odds are, it's hard for me to put money on a team at minus 215 when the teams are so equal, in my opinion. Either team can win this game. This is not some mismatch or anything like that. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. So for plus 213 in the Super Bowl, give me the Patriots, man. I got to take the Patriots here at plus 213. That's who I'm going to have my money on today. And I'm not going to nuke this one like a $1,500 play or anything like that. It's probably going to be 1 unit, maybe 2 units. I might throw $500 on it for fun, but I got the Patriots winning. I got them based off solely on odds, and I'm putting my money where I think the best value is going to be. So you can get them at plus 213 on Novig. Now, if you were wanting to play these, you can select this right here, and you can see where the value is going to be. So we're going to check the best value in terms of or check the value across a lot of platforms really fast if it'll actually load. So right here, if we click over these apps that are selected, Pinnacle, Hard Rock, Bet Rivers, ProfitX, Novig, FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet365, the best odds is going to be on Novig at plus 212. If you look at it across every other board, you got a lot of them that are right at plus 200 even. So if you want to play them, then that's going to be the best value on Novig. Now, look in terms of Seattle, you can look at the same thing here, and we can see where the best value is on Seattle. Best value on Seattle is going to be on Novig as well at minus 214. You're looking at minus 230, minus 240 across the board. It's just so hard to play that because Novig is going to have a limit on how much you can bet, because it's like player-to-player market. And then the rest of these apps, you got minus 230. So it's just, I can't put that much money on a team at minus 230 when it's even. So I know I've said that like 7 times, but I'm just want you guys to kind of understand that sometimes in the sports betting game, you got to go with where the odds are. So even if your heart says Seattle wins, if the odds are on New England, sometimes you just got to play New England, and that's where I'm at right now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we have us a competitive game. Let's go ahead and jump into some player props. So before we lock in these slips, I do want to say, if you guys do want to get a free month of VIP, you can sign up for any partnered app down in the description. There are 7 apps. Each app will give you a free month. You can get up to 7 full months for free, and the one I push the most right now is Parlay Play. If you guys sign up for Parlay Play right now, you do get a free $100 deposit match, or a deposit match up to $100. So if you put $100 in, they double it to $200. You get $5 for free. So when you sign up, you just get $5 for free if you use code Fantasy Aces. And they have tons of promos right now. They have JSN almost 2x for 91.5 receiving yards. So let's go ahead and talk about the first player prop. So first player prop that I'm running is going to be Drake May. I think with the good weather, I think that Drake May is going to have to step it up. This Seahawks rushing defense has been insane. They have stopped. You saw the 3rd-ranked defense in the league. Henderson and Stevenson, obviously, 2 decent running backs. I think they're going to have some success, but in terms of where I think the most success offensively is going to be for the Patriots, I think it's going to be through the air. So give me Drake May for passing yards and for fantasy score. I like his passing yards over 199.5. That's going to be like a 1.3x if I can find passing yards. So 199 and oh my gosh. 199.5. You can see he's cashed 80% this season. Now, as of lately, he has struggled. In terms of weather, though, weather has been a big factor in the last couple games. So you got to understand that as well. Take off the last 2 games, and you can look at where he's been this season. He's averaging 250 passing yards per game. Now, he's going against the top 10 passing defense. The Seahawks give up 194 yards per game, but I already told you that they're ranked 3rd in rushing defense. So if this team has to get something going, I think it's going to be through the air. I like Drake May tonight. 199.5 passing yards I don't think is too high, and I'm willing to take a chance on him, especially it being the Super Bowl. So Drake May, if you want to take him a little bit higher, you can. But with the prop that I'm pairing it with, you don't have to run it any higher. So Drake May, who is who I'm running with. Now, for this slip, I am going to pair this with the JSN promo. And the reason being is because it's a 1.95x. The value on that is very, very high. This is his original line. I'm going to pull JSN up. I'm going to look at his receiving yards. So receiving yards, his line on a lot of places is going to be around 90. I mean, it's about 91.5 on most books, around -110. So that's what you're kind of looking for. So 91.5 is about the same on every other app. He's cashed at 6 of 10 games. He's cashed at 14 of 19 on the season. Now, we have to look at is his targets on the season. He's averaging 9.4 targets per game. All it takes is one big play, and this line can definitely be cashed. So, do I think that 91.5 is a high line? Of course it is. It's the Super Bowl. You're going against a top 10 passing defense versus wide receivers right here. They get 118 yards per game. So JSN would have to almost cover that by his entire self. So, but he is averaging 103 receiving yards per game on the season. So this is going to be the number 1 guy to go to. He had 153 his last game versus the Rams. I'm expecting a good game. I'm expecting a lot of targets. I do think they're gonna play good defense on JSN, but 91.5, he's going to be, like I said, targeted so many times that I think that we have a chance here to cash. So I'm willing to throw some money on this. I'm going to put a unit, 250 to win 647. This is definitely a risky play. If I was going to fade a slip, I would fade this one. So if you don't trust this play, just fade it. I'm putting money on it because if I lose $250 on this, I'm not going to be financially hurt. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Like, I know the risk here. So if it's going to hurt your feelings if you lose the play, then just fade this one completely because 91.5 is a lot. But it's the Super Bowl, man. Like I said, I'm gonna have fun tonight. I'm gonna enjoy my day. I'm gonna put some money on the games that I want to, and this is one of them that I want to. I want to take a chance on JSN. 91.5 receiving yards with Drake May for 200 passing yards. Hopefully we have a pretty high scoring game, and this right here cash is pretty easy. So 250 to win 647. The next slip that I'm going to lock in is going to be on Prizepicks. So let's talk about it. So we're going to click Fantasy Score right here. Prizepicks does have the option now to where you can buy Fantasy Score down. So you can get Drake May at 15. You can get Kenneth Walker at 12.5. And then that gives you a 1.6x. Now, I know you're going to look at this 1.6x and be like, why would we pay a 1.6x? Well, they have a free square. 0.5 passing yards. Right here, this gives you a 2.3x. I haven't checked this one, but most discounts, they let me play 150, so I'll put $150 on this to win 345. If you're limited, you're going to have like a $20 max. It is what it is. Just play as much as you can on this. But I love this slip, man. And you can see Kenneth Walker just got bumped to 13. I still like it at 13. It does suck that it got bumped, but I think this is a good line. Drake May for 15 fantasy score is not that high. All it takes is a couple passing touchdowns and he catches this easily. He obviously can get plenty of rushing yards. He had 65 rush yards his last game versus the Broncos. He can definitely, in terms of sacking quarterbacks, Seattle gets to the quarterback a lot. So I can see Drake May having to scramble a lot here. So just keep an eye out for that. He may have quite a few rush attempts tonight, and he's definitely going to get pressured. In terms of fantasy score, I don't know if fantasy score Prizepicks is even on here. I'm assuming it is. Yeah, fantasy score Prizepicks. If we go to 15, look what he's cashed. I mean, this is the average of 21 on the season, 95% hit rate this season. So there's no reason not to play this. I like this line a lot. 15 is low, so lock it in. Kenneth Walker is the other one I was looking at. Now, I think Kenneth Walker can potentially have a good game tonight. I think he has a better game than Darnold, personally. Kenneth Walker's been getting a lot of receptions. Let's see here. Rushing receiving yards, 99.5. You can see, since the playoffs, dude has been freaking dominant. 122 rushing receiving yards over his last 5 games. When you look at his receptions, he's getting 3.2 targets, 4 targets in 2 of his last 3 games. So, and the way that fantasy score works for running backs, 1 reception is the point. So if you're playing him at 13 and he gets, say, 3 receptions, then you only have to go 10. And then you get, obviously, the receiving yards. 10 receiving yards is the point. 10 rushing yards is the point. A touchdown is going to be 6. So yeah, he can easily get a touchdown. He can easily get 4+ receptions, and he can easily get 120+ rushing receiving yards. So give me Kenneth Walker for 13 fantasy score. I don't think that's high at all. Lock these two in together with the Drake May free square, and I think we have a great slip right here. So this is my favorite of the two slips. I like this a lot. Lock it in if you like it, fade it if you don't. So those are the slips I'm running. This is my favorite. The risky ones on parlay play with JSN promo. This is not a great promo. I don't love this promo. I wish they would have gave us like a 80 receiving yard for 1.5x or something. But instead, they decided to give us the 91.5, the original line, because obviously they're hoping we miss. So I do like this. If you want to run the under on his regular line, you can. You can run it under for 1.84x. If you want to take it that way, go for it. If you don't like the play, but either way, then that's what I've locked in. You guys can see it, and I'll refresh so you know it's legit. This is what I'm playing. But those are the two slips I'm running, guys. Super Bowl Sunday. My pick to win is going to be the Patriots. Going with the Patriots for plus 200 odds. Lock it in if you like it. Fade it if you don't. I hope you guys have the greatest Super Bowl Sunday. Go watch the bankroll video if you need help with bankroll at all, and I'll see y'all in the next video after hopefully we cash.